Well, what I was interested in discussing, the question I submitted is basically the calculation of the spending capacity. So for me, and I'd like to perhaps drift it more towards my personal
Sure.
situation. Of course, I'm 65 years old. My wife is 63. I'm fully retired. I've been retired about 2 months, and I'm making about 52,000 a year in a pension. My wife is still working part time at around 25,000 a year, and she has insurance that covers both of us. So I'm not really going to be starting Medicare or her while she's working for probably another 2 years. Um, and my Social Security will kick in at 67. I'm making it's about 46,000 a year, and she gets about half that. And then, but I'm not right now. I'm not thinking about pulling that for another couple of years. And then we have, as for our assets, we've got 300K in a Roth, 300K in a taxable account, and 1.8 million in a pre-tax account. So I have a desired spending, and so I was just trying to understand the best way to calculate the spending capacity.
Yeah. Um, what is your desired spending? Just so I have a rough
About
idea.
about 12.5K per month.
Net of tax. So
Yeah.
let's call 150 roughly.
Yeah.
I won't be able to give you a direct dollar answer on this because I'd have
Mhm.
to go through the process of building it if we were to do it appropriately. But I can kind of talk you towards a tool that you could use. There are publicly available tools that will help you identify that, and kind of like conceptually how you'd think about this. The way and some of this is more theoretical and less practical. So I apologize because the practical component does require, in my opinion, software and yeah, well, software pretty much. It should be done through software, so you have the definitive answer that you're looking for. But spending capacity, the way that the system that I demonstrate works is called a Monte Carlo based risk based modern guardrail system. So it basically um, let me even back out one more step. There's two types of financial planning approaches. There's what's called a liability approach and an economics approach. So there's this liabilities approach, which is mostly about like putting in all your desired spending elements by category, and then it produces this like probability of success. And then the approach that guardrails or dynamic, this spending capacity approach is what you call an economics approach. And it basically says you're going to have sources of income that kick in at different points in retirement, and you also have assets. Let's blend these together so we can figure out what is the highest rate of spend you can support, given the fact that you'll have income sources other than savings.
Right, right.
And I think, and this is the method that is used to undergird spending capacity. You have a lot of guaranteed income, and you're already past an age. You're already kind of, let's say, mature in the phases of retirement in the sense of you're
Mhm.
past Medicare age. Your spending capacity, if you were to quantify it today, will probably be quite high because you already have the pension, and Social Security for you is somewhere between 1 and 5 years, 1 and 4 years
Mhm.
from
Mhm.
claiming. And between the two of them, you'll have almost $95,000 gross, maybe close to 100 actually, if I didn't do the quick math, $100,000 gross. So your spending capacity is likely to be extremely high. Now, I don't know exactly how to quantify that off the cuff. I could give you an impression, but my
Mhm.
recommendation is there's Bolden offers a DIY function for this. It's not the exact same methodology I use with Income Labs, but there is no consumer facing version of Income Labs. At least they don't have all the same features. Income Labs does have like I think a temporary license or something like that. And then there's another tool called Maxify, which is quite good that you can use to actually plug all this in. And yeah, as I suspect, your spending capacity is going to be, and this is education, not advice, but I think probably in excess of $200,000 a year, especially in the early
Mhm.
parts of retirement here. That would be gross, not net. So more than likely, it can meet your desired spending without any real issues, and you probably even have a surplus. Real quick, let me show you the exact three-pillar comprehensive retirement roadmap that takes retirees from uncertainty to peace of mind that less than 1% of retirees actually have in place. Now, I built hundreds of these for retirees, and I can say with a high degree of confidence that these are the three pillars every retiree needs to have in place. in order to have full confidence that they're not missing anything in their retirement plan. And I broke each of these down by the specific questions. You can see them here that each needs to be answered and the best way to answer them. Now, we've done this across pre-retirees, recent retirees, married couples, single retirees, $1 million portfolios, $10 million portfolios, all the above, and it works. And it's my gift to you today. It's absolutely free. It's in the first link in the description below this video. It's going to say free comprehensive retirement roadmap training. Just click the link, enter your info, and you'll get instant access all for free.